Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am a fat security guard at a nondescript industrial location somewhere in Southern California. And I have an interesting film to review for you today. That is the 1975 cult classic, A Boy and His Dog. This film was not reviewed by, but brought up by Drive-By Movies, which is another channel that is a friend of mine. And it is true that this is the inspiration for the video game series Fallout. And in fact, if you played the original Fallout, one of the companions you wind up with is a man named Vic. And even later along those lines, you may get a dog referred to as dog meat. These are two references to the film because the main character's real name is Vic, although the talking dog that goes around with him is referred to as Albert, or refers to Vic as Albert on several occasions, and the dog, whose name is Blood, is referred to as dog meat. So, this film is a relic of the Cold War. In fact, it would say that the Cold War was a hot and cold war fought between the capitalists and the communists, the First and Second World. And it actually predicted, I believe, this war ending somewhere in the 80s, which the Cold War officially did end in the 80s, the hot and cold war. And that referred to that as World War III. And it then said that World War IV was a nuclear war that happened sometime in the early 2000s, leaving the United States as a desolate wasteland populated by people fighting for survival, brutalizing women with no moral compass, and escorted by these genetically engineered or perhaps cybernetically enhanced telepathic dogs. Okay. And of course, our lead through this world is a horny 16-year-old with no moral decency whatsoever named Vic, who is running around trying to find women to brutalize and, fending off whatever he can in this ugly, ugly world. And there's an airplane. Ugh. Seriously, airplane, I would like you to stop interrupting my video. In any case, that airplane is not going away. The thing about this film is that it has a lot wrong with it from a world-building standpoint. I mean, they keep fighting over canned food, which probably, the canned food was stopped being produced back in 2007, and I think it's like 2024 in the world of the film. So canned food, it doesn't last 10 years. It wouldn't. And besides, if that's all people are eating, then it wouldn't last. And again, the brutality towards women, I think, inspired Mad Max, but it is a little much. And then there's a character who lives in a society of people who wear makeup and respect decency and always have clothes on, yet she has a perfect tan body. So there's a lot that sits wrong with the production in this film and the facts they're being, but you look past that for a very good reason, because this is a film that talks about our future and the twisting of morality and how things can just get so messed up when we are overly interested in ourselves and don't see the bigger picture. Now, this film was a critical success. It is well loved. It is a film that has stayed with pop culture for quite some time. There is a book that it was based on, or a series of short stories, I believe. So the world of A Boy and His Dog goes far beyond the film. But it was a financial failure. Now, again, this movie falls into the category of it is a hard R, a wonderful post-apocalyptic world populated with strange creatures that exist primarily just beyond the lens of the camera. It is startling in its bleakness and brutality and has a reasonable amount of sexuality. And there is literally a scene where a woman appears to be stripping for no good damn reason while she's humming. I don't know if she's supposed to be taking a bath, but it's weird. So, yes. Oh, and there is some cruelty to animals. You know, dogs. So if that bothers you, that's something to see. But again, A Boy and His Dog is a film that everyone should make a point to see at least once in their lifetime because it is such a part of our culture. It is part of that post-apocalyptic world that everybody thought we'd be living in this day and age. So it's hard for me to say whether you should get a copy of it or not, but you should definitely get together with a couple of your friends. This is kind of a guy movie. Sit down, grab yourself a pizza and a beer, and enjoy. That's what I would do with this film. I mean, it is a film that I have been meaning to watch for a very long time. I have finally watched this film, and it's a carnal concept of a man trying to survive while his secondary goal of getting laid nearly gets him killed really resonates. I mean, yeah. It's in the same vein of Clockwork Orange, although certainly not as disturbing. So yeah, sometime in your life, watch this movie. Do you some good. I'm Richard.
Hello folks, I'm Fred the Facehugger, reminding you to like and comment on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, because if you don't, Random Street Theater might not be around forever. And for every 1,000 subscribers, we're going to take a pound of trash out of the ocean. We don't have that many yet. So, get subscribing. Tell your friends, or I facehug you. Mwah!